After serving on the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission for nearly a decade, 7 of those years serving as chairman, our dear friend and colleague Rodney Barreto recently announced his resignation from his position. Rodney's 2 terms as chairman saw 3 different governors in Tallahassee: Governor Jeb Bush, Governor Charlie Crist, and Governor Rick Scott.
The commission was relatively new, and while it's constitutionally protected, it was important for it to gain footing inside the executive branch and in the legislature. And Rodney did a spectacular job connecting the agency with other priorities in the state.
Rodney's love for hunting and fishing started with his childhood. Growing up in a family of hunters that enjoyed fishing and boating, Rodney spent plenty of time enjoying and falling in love with the outdoors. He would often take trips with his 11 brothers and sisters down to the Keys. However, Rodney's professional life did not always center itself around the outdoors. Serving as a police officer and as a public affairs consultant, Rodney built up a resume in his professional career before eventually joining the FWC. Improving and expanding fishing and hunting opportunities statewide has been at the heart of Rodney's service at a time when other states have sought to decrease opportunities. Rodney has started and expanded many new hunting initiatives. In the past 5 years, 30 new areas with public hunting, in addition of 135,000 acres, have been added. Other changes to improve hunter satisfaction included an established, then expanded crossbow season, a progressive deer management plan, and a realigned and expanded deer hunting season. In addition, Rodney placed emphasis on promoting Florida as the fishing capital of the world, stressing both freshwater and saltwater fishing across the state. World-class bass fishing and rock-star saltwater species were highlighted as key draws for tourists from around the world. Under his leadership, the FWC opened the Florida Bass Conservation Center in February of 2007, which is dedicated to the propagation and conservation of Florida's famous largemouth bass. Conservation and management of Florida's diverse habitats and ecosystems were among Rodney's greatest beliefs, in hopes of ensuring a Florida that future generations could continue to enjoy. A new imperiled species listing process developed by the FWC under Rodney will now serve as the national model. With significance placed on the future, Rodney oversaw the launch of Florida's Youth Conservation Center network. This initiative provides our youth access to fish and wildlife outdoor facilities statewide in hopes of creating the next generation that cares about fish and wildlife in Florida. External communication undertaken under Rodney provided an opportunity to bridge the gap between officials and constituents. Messages from the chairman and commissioners through Florida Wildlife Magazine, hunting and fishing regulation handbooks, newspaper editorial columns, TV interviews, and TV broadcasts of commission meetings all strengthened understanding in what was being accomplished by the commission. The enhancing of FWC's image succeeded under Rodney as well. By involvement with 3 prominent TV shows, Sportsman's Adventures, Florida Insider Fishing Report, Operation Wild, and a much improved website with customer-friendly navigation, Rodney assisted the Commission's involvement in a world dominated by media. Rodney also aimed at strengthening the FWC's image in the capital as well. From putting together a commemorative 10-year anniversary video for the FWC to display to the governor and cabinet, to establishing an annual FWC Youth Conservation Day held at Florida's capital, Rodney saw it as essential to work closely with his fellow commissioners to build support for the FWC's effort within the capital. Throughout Rodney's years of service, the FWC has seen growth and development unparalleled to any prior period in its history. His terms as chairman have been unrivaled, as his service has provided the state of Florida a foundation for continued conservation of fish and wildlife statewide, and instilled the drive to continue to preserve and promote our resources for future generations. So we want to thank Rodney Barreto for providing us with the opportunity for having and continuing to have many more great sportsman's adventures.
Well, as Rodney retires from his illustrious tenure in the commission, I guess my advice would be, let's go fishing.